Alright, we're going to do a repair video on a Gallagher M1000, one of their older style AC powered plug-in units. Pretty good models. They were around for quite a while, about 12 years. They made this model from 2005 to about 2017, 18, somewhere in that range. So we're going to go through this and get the customer fixed up. I don't think there's a whole lot wrong with it, because I did initially just plug it in here before I started making this video, and it does come on and click along. But one of the terminal bolts on the ground side is all burnt off. It's just, I don't know if lightning did this, or a bad connection on the wire, and it arced and arced and arced, and then just burned it off eventually. But that's what we're going to do. Terminal bolt here is all burnt up. You can see it's completely missing. It's supposed to look like this one. It's supposed to look like that little split bolt thing there. So we'll probably get him a new bolt, new knob, but we're gonna go ahead and we have to open it up anyways to get the bolt out of there. And while we're in there, we'll just do some looking over on the thing. This one's kind of got some age to it. It's a 2007 model based on the serial number. The first two digits is the year it was built, and the third and fourth number is a week of that year. So it's built in the 15th week of 07. So it's got a little age on it. I don't know when the guy bought it, but it's definitely been around a little while, because this little lens cover there over the display's kind of faded. So it's seen some use for sure. All right, we gotta get these screws out of here. Let's see, need the right bit to pull those screws out. They're funny screws. This typically only has two of them in here, usually in these two corners, or these two corners. They're not in all four. And we'll take the back cover off. I usually grab right here, trying to grab the front and back, and as the thing pulls apart, put your finger right there on top to keep that board from pulling up with it. Yeah, this has never been worked on. It's got the factory everything, even this lightning rod. You can see they made a change to these lightning rods, spark gap lightning rod things in here some time ago. And what they do is, in the later ones, they take the copper wire and they snipped it off here, so that way it didn't run all the way down and jump across and hit that AC side. So you cut it about right there. And then the last version of the units that they came out with, they didn't even have these in there. They had a built-in spark gap lightning diverter thing built into the board, and these went away. So the later ones didn't even use it. We'll put this back up here. Okay, so what we're going to do first, I know I need to change up the terminal bolt, but we're going to check this capacitor because it's original. And it's got some age to it. And these ones from back then weren't the greatest anyways. I mean, they were good when they were new, but as they aged, they didn't hold up as well as the later version ones did. They were kind of a cheaper capacitor. So we're going to check the capacitor. We'll put a meter to capacitance. This particular one, well, the labels wore off the thing, but it's a 25 microfarad, and it's reading 11, so it's less than half what it should be. So instead of being a 10 storage joule, it's probably like a 3 or 4. So yeah, this definitely needs to be replaced. Transformers hardly ever went bad. And they don't sell or make or whatever the 25s anymore. 25 microfarads. I use a 30 in them now, or later ones. But I think this is a 30. Here, let me check it real quick. Yeah, that's a 25. Let me. One more here in stock of this style. If this doesn't read good, a 30, it's good. Okay. 29.5. Okay, this one's good. So this is going to go back in here. And I'll keep these things as spares. I probably got a bunch of spares anyways, but what the hell, a couple more ain't gonna hurt anything. Alright, so let's pop this board out. We're gonna plug this little ribbon cable. Alright, which one was it? This one here. So then we just turn it, pop it out. There's a burnt up one. Man, it's all chewed up. And then I'm going to clean that area real quick. Just to get rid of all that burnt carbon stuff left from that bolt. Alright, so now let's get a new bolt. There it is. That's what it's supposed to look like. A funky looking bolt. Yeah, you can't go down to the hardware store and find these things. These are made specifically for these cases. Alright, flip this board back over. Get this ribbon cable plugged back in. I did see some lightning rod had gotten burned up a little bit from lightning. I did burn up the tracks a little bit. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. So some of these little plastic things that hold that rod in place are a little worn. So what we'll do, we'll mix up a little bit of this Permatex epoxy gel. And the reason I like this gel version versus the real liquidy stuff is that it doesn't run. It stays in place while you're working with it. And it doesn't take that long to harden up. It takes a full 24 hours to really cure, but to get it where you want it doesn't take no time at all. Put a little there, put a little bit right there, put some right there. Now we'll get everything lined up. Push it into place. We'll get the guide new knob here in a minute, but let's turn it on here. Put our tester across it. It even reads higher. It was reading 6. When I first plugged this in before I turned the camera on, it was reading 6.6, which is close, usually right around 7, and on the display anyways. And I saw the bulk, oh, and you change that. I put that new capacitor in, it actually increased the voltage on the display from a 6.6 to a 7.3, which you can barely see it floating through there, but there's a calibration you can do, you know, tweak and adjust this number with these lights, but our meter says it's putting out almost 8,000 volts. So definitely harder than what it, hitting harder than what it was when he sent it in. So we'll put the knob back on there, the red knob, and I've got to look in my drawer of knobs for different fence chargers and find the ground one. But other than that, it's basically done. So we'll get the guy fixed up, call him with a quote. I'm sure he'll fix it, pretty cheap fix for a $550 new one. Anyways, but if you got a fence charger like us to work on for you, take a look at, welcome to send it in here. We also work on low bars and weight scales for both Gallagher and True Test, as well as some other brands, but those are the two most common ones we work on and get in. Alright, till next time, we'll see you guys later on, and have a good day.